Hey everybody, Trolley Polly here, the troll you can trust, back with the Walking Dead Row Survive video, featuring our new glorious, magnificent leader, Carl. Carl. Help me! Carl is not currently obtained via the Premier Wheel, but is a Premier collection in the museum for a 7 to 8-ish long event, which I have a video on if you want to check it out and see how to obtain him, granted you are attempting this during the event schedule. Carl is the dream leader right now for attacking, as he is the first 6-star to give us the ability to have huge AP when attacking for our blue survivors. So we get the better of both worlds in terms of pure offensive power. Base stats on Carl, as a medic, is extremely well. His base stats are very impressive. 1528 for attack, which isn't the lowest, but also we are not around the 2k mark for max pressure. But then again, if Carl did have high attack, it would be silly, and we would have to create a new role called the Domedic. As for his survivability, his defense is 1529, which is really good, and his health is 1802, making him a solid choice for defense if you happen to take that route. Scaling both or one of these should be enough to allow Carl to live through a turn 1 barrage, unless he does get slapped up by Marlon and Rosie turn 1 or something extremely strong. Carl's leadership skill is whatever body part you are sexually attracted to. Double offensive skills, which I personally think attack and AP generation are the way to go for maximum pressure. So to me, Carl's leadership is some damn sexy legs. If you use him as a leader, you could benefit from the 40% attack, then you could very well throw in an attack, AP generation, and double attack weapon, and you can give some decent offensive power while at the same time give him turn 2 command potential to heal any damage that was taken or revive someone that died within the first 2 turns, just so they can be revived and then pop their AR off. You can even build him tanky on offense as well, and just have him be your glue that holds everyone together and keep pushing forward for a win. This would be how I would gear up my Dante, so no matter how bad my team gets mopped, Dante can bring them all back eventually. Carl on defense with these stats is very good too. I will talk more about this in the team comp section, but just at a glance, I can see Carl and Erica being a fairly nice combo, with some healing over times, revives, bonus HPs, and pain splits. Is a pretty solid survivability combo, I would say. But Carl's AR is strong as it works similar to Dante's, but instead of the defense buff, Carl will pain split. As for Carl's active, I am impressed. If Carl happens to be impaired, it isn't the end of the world, as he can still apply some bonus HP. So they did a very good job setting up his skills to represent a medic role. He brings people back from the dead whose heads aren't rolling, patches you up, gives you that blue goo, and will share your pain. He was definitely raised by some emotionally stable parents. The weapon of choice is pretty much streamlined to defense, AP generation when attacking, and impair on attack, or impair when taking damage. You can run double attack and it can work out absolutely fine as well. My only issue as to why for Carl I would pick an impair route is because his adrenaline rush does no damage. Once we get blue and yellow neutralizer tunes, and if you end up taking that survivor with Carl, then the double attack weapon might be the better option. On to the combat mods. For attack, I think a health set with defense or a defense set with health would be good. Based on how many yellows or blues you have, I would mix up what defense trait you would want. Example would be if your team with Carl is blue heavy, then I would imagine you would finger blast right through all the reds, leaving blues for the most part, I would imagine last on the list. So we might as well defense up first that. And vice versa, if your team was yellow heavy with defense first red. Stun resist for those dirty stun guns, Mirabelle ARs, Shiva actives, and more. Go for an AP down as Carl won't really hit that hard, so we can get the most out of the gap difference in AP gained from taking damage. Our wildcard combat mod will be impair resist to deal with impaired centered weapons, as we will be attacking blues. We can also mix it up a bit if we happen to have Lacerate or Shiva and have bleed on attack instead of AP down. If you have a recover impair on your attack team or another survivor who can revive or heal, you can opt out of the impair resist and go for a graze, reflect, bleed, burn, AP down. As stated before, it isn't the end of the world for Carl to support his team if he is impaired, because he can use his active to give 2 teammates 35% bonus HP, which, unless someone is going to get hit by a very heavy-hitting AR, it should help them survive to the next turn. Or if you have a Romanov and you can't use Carl's adrenaline rush to heal, and you want to stack Berserking on Romanov, but he would die without the bonus health sort of thing, so he can unleash in a massive attack. That's just something to keep in mind. Defense, we have the same approach for our first 3 combat mods, but we mix it up with Reflect to deal with Ezekiel Guardian Shields, if Carl was to be focused. Confuse Resist, as your defense is yellow and blue, so greens will be in the mix, so let's deal with Shiva's Adrenaline Rush. If you feel Carl is going to be an initial focus, then instead of Reflect, go with Defense while stunned, as the enemy will probably stun your Carl if they don't have a disarm. So let's make that choice a nightmare for them. For our team comps, we're going to go into a couple attacks and a couple defense team comps. This is a safe team, as you will lead with a Disarm Michonne to make sure your team doesn't suffer from any defensive special weapon mods. With Shiva on your team, go with Bleed on Attack combat mods, and you should be able to get a kill turn 1 or pretty close to a kill for you to move on to someone else turn 2. The double command will allow you to pretty much net a kill or 2 with Michonne for the reds, and the blues will be dealt with from Shiva, which isn't as stressful, as even if she is impaired while she is using her Adrenaline Rush, she'll still finish the Adrenaline Rush with and kill hopefully 1 or 2 people. Next team this would be pretty much a fun team, as this would allow you to turn 1, everyone hits 1 person. If you can execute with Negan, do it. If not, have Shiva hit last for max bleed damage for a kill. Turn 2, if the person you were killing is still alive for some reason, like they're a damn blood bank, then have Negan execute them, as you should have done 80% of their HP by now. If not, I have no idea what you're doing. And then commanding him to use his Adrenaline Rush to damage, kill, and or bleed the remaining few, just to have Lacerator Shiva come in and command to clean up whatever is left. Onward to defense. If you are going to run Carl as a leader on defense and really have everything on offense, then I say, f it. Go balls to the wall, bring out all the 85 AR survivors, because with double AP bonus, we are getting per attack on defense 56 AP, which means 85 Adrenaline Rush survivors can be commanded turn 2, which can be very devastating. Since we have nothing in our defense, let's make our Adrenaline Rushes do the defense for us, such as revive, heal, shields, stuns, bonus HP as examples, which this team does have. If someone raids you and forgets to decap you, Carl or Tyrese will bring them up next turn, or the following if Eris uses her Adrenaline Rush to stun 3. So the next team we have a high sustain and cleansing defense team. Mackenzie, and hope she will clear whatever is on your team to turn the tides, and if she falls first without being decapped, there is a good chance she will come right back up. This Garrett team I wouldn't want to face, as I have a feeling it would be healing every turn after turn 2. It is beatable though, as is just your standard double human shield, no damage pressure team. So that is the rundown of our glorious leader, Carl. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video and made you laugh before doing anything positive, please give a nice karate chop to the like and subscribe button, and make sure to leave a comment down below. It's greatly appreciated, and other than that, I will catch you all in the next video. Bye bye!